Hello, welcome back. So let's fix this ugliness of these forms. Before we add in the styles, we need to kind of normalize, because you see this is Chrome over here, and here is the Mozilla. They look different because every browser adds a little default styling. So we need to normalize the CSS before we start to add anything. So the most popular library is this normalize.css. If you click on download, we can just select all and copy this. And here on the assets, I'm gonna create a folder called vendor. Vendor is usually like you add it so you can put third-party libraries and JavaScript files or plugins, whatever. So normalize.css. Here, just paste that one. So we have this CSS file in here. Let's pull in inside our template. Actually, the layout. If you remember, the layout is the structure of our views. So this is you're gonna stitch everything from your application here on this layout using the blocks. So I'm just gonna copy this one, and the normalize has to go before any CSS. Now let's also create another style sheet, one for the team.css. And on this theme, I'm going to paste some CSS variables that we're going to use to display primary color and accent color in our application. So the only thing you need to do on the CSS variables, you need to add this --app over here. Everything else you can name whatever you like. So that's done. Now for us to use this CSS, we need to import inside our main CSS. So at imports URL, and then here just .theme. And now let's I'm gonna close this one. Let me add some styling for the CSS for the forms. For that, let's create a forms.css, and here you only have stuff that belongs to the form. So this is what I'm using to style the form. So now we need to import as well. Forms.css. And in our main CSS, I'm gonna add a few more styles. So here basically I'm changing the font family to Railway. We actually need to install it, and we do that in our template as well, in the layout. Just here we need to import with a link. I'm using Google Fonts, and now we can access it over here. Here I'm just setting H1 and H2 for a primary color, changing the default link look, displaying some grid. This one is for the forms, so it's gonna be centered vertical and horizontal. I'm creating a card so we can display our users, and here this is for use later. So if everything worked well, when you refresh, there we go. We have our form, we have our button on the sign up. There we go. So the CSS code, you can get it from the repository. On the next video, we're gonna create a list view and a detail view for our resources. So I'll see you in the next lesson.